Welcome to this edition of the Entertainment Answer. Matt Mungle and finally Bryan Kluger back together, almost together. I can see him. He's either right here or right here. I'm not really sure.
I am everywhere, sir. I am everywhere in your life.
How you been, buddy?
I've been well, been busy, been doing all sorts of fun things, but I miss you. The
I
last time
know.
I saw you was at a Dallas International Film Festival.
Which seemed forever ago. And then you were out of town and you had a little bachelor party incognito to go to down in New Orleans.
New Orleans was a lot of fun. Went to live shows, listened to some good music, went to some record stores, drank, and ate a whole lot.
I'm so jealous. I'm
Ugh.
so jealous.
You and I need to do a show from New Orleans.
Okay,
Let's do it.
I'm easy.
Okay, good. The Big
Yeah,
Easy.
the Big Easy.
The Big
And
Easy.
then that was that last week? Or that was 2 weeks ago.
Correct.
So what'd you do last week?
Didn't we run a full on what's it called?
Like
The
a festa?
interviews. Yeah, yeah. That's what I thought.
No.
Oh
Oh,
no,
we didn't do a show.
you and Susan did one, right?
Well, we did just a little phoner, but yeah, we didn't do a show last week.
Oh,
Because where
well.
were you? Because you couldn't make it last week, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. I had something. You know what? It's all running together. Just so all
Because
the
I'm
video
always here.
with all the
I'm always
video
here.
shows and all everything else, it all runs together. Plus all the wrestling and baseball games. It's crazy.
Oh, so I see how it is. So this is not a priority.
Oh no, this is top priority.
Lies, lies. All right. Well,
So,
tell them what we're going to do on the show today.
oh, we're gonna talk about tons of great Blu-rays, films coming up, some news that just came out, and a little bit of wrestling because there's wrestling is everything is wrestling.
Right.
But let's. What do you think? What do you think today? First, we have to mention, Jonathan Demme, a famous filmmaker who passed away yesterday. I think, right?
Yes, it was yesterday. And it was kind of I don't want to say a surprise and a shock. I know he'd been battling cancer, and so he'd not been doing well. So it was it was a shame. I know we remember him from Silence of the Lambs, obviously, and then he went on to do more documentary style stuff. Some music docs and things like that. And
He,
so
he was really big into music. He did 3 Neil Young documentaries, concert films. He did some
Mhm.
Talking Head stuff, and
Did some
his
Bruce Springsteen
yeah,
stuff.
Bruce Springsteen. Do you like Bruce Springsteen, the boss?
I don't dislike. I respect the man as a performer and as a musician and just as a machine. The concerts that he puts on and just, but not my style of music.
So you like the idea of Bruce Springsteen more than you actually like him?
Yeah, I mean, I can't just because I don't like a person's style of music. I can't downgrade their performance and their talent. It's just not my style.
Right.
Me, I'm more Metallica.
I know you're more Metallica. And then his first movie was a kind of a grindhouse movie, Caged Heat, about female prisoners.
I remember it well from HBO late nights when I was
Yeah.
a youngster.
So good. And then he did Philadelphia and not the Mark Wahlberg football movie, but the Tom Hanks AIDS movie.
Right, right. Now,
He's
wasn't Philadelphia a sequel to Caged Heat?
Yes, it was actually. It was the aftermath.
All the film fanatics are like, blasphemy, son, blasphemy.
Blasphemy. No, but Jonathan Demme died. He was a great filmmaker. He made a lot of movies, different time periods of different subjects, and it's hard to find a filmmaker that does that. So he will be missed.
He will be. He will be. So, and I just not even last week watched Silence of the Lambs with my 16-year-old Katie, who's, really into film now. And so she wanted to see it. They had talked about it in film club. So we actually watched that. So it was kind of touching that we watched that last week and then now his passing. So
I think Buffalo Bill's my spirit animal.
is he? All right, stand up. Let's see the tuck and dance, buddy. Let's see the tuck and dance.
Yeah, for next show we'll do that.
I think that's a good time to end this segment. So we are going to come back, talk about Blu-rays, talk about movies that are coming out, some wrestling news, plus other fun Star Wars stuff right here on the Entertainment Answer.
So good.
So
So
good.
good. All right.
You can bring us in on the next one.
What are we going to talk about?
Oh, this segment, let's talk about what did you want to talk about with Star Wars?
Oh, the latest trailer came out. I mean, I thought that would be cool. Or we could talk about we could talk about the new trailer, what to expect, and we can talk about maybe M. Night Shyamalan's announcement yesterday about Glass.
Yes. Let's talk about Star Wars, Glass, um, and just random news. What are we going to talk about?
Okay. We can talk about what else we got to talk about. We can talk about random
Let's
news.
talk about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, because that comes out because we'll see that the day before we
Right.
actually do our big show.
Yeah.
Which
I mean, just talk about like our excitement about it.
okay.
It's kicking off. And then, is there anything that you've seen? We can talk about. Did you see How to Be a Latin Lover?
No, I did not. Did you?
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about that. That comes out this week.
Okay.
So we'll talk about Star Wars, Glass, How to Be a Latin Lover, and our excitement for
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians. Okay.
Okay. All right. Let me know when.
In three, two, one.
I just love doing this show with you. It is so much fun. I love our jingles in between breaks. It's just good, and we have so much to talk about right now. Matt Mungle, Bryan Kluger here, and let's talk about Star Wars. Star Wars finally released the Last Jedi trailer in last week. What do you think? Are you
I
excited?
didn't. I didn't see it.
You did you. My gosh.
All that build up.
I got so excited and just
All right, now
crashed and burned.
here's the deal. I have watched it sort of. Like my family will be watching it, and I will listen and kind of watch out of the corner of my eye. The reason being is because Star Wars is so near and dear. I don't want any spoilers for Star Wars. So I want to go into Star Wars without seeing any trailers. I'm going to see how that works.
So
You
you
know?
have really?
So I've not sat down and watched it, like physically watched it in detail. I've heard it in the background and kind of caught some glimpses of it out of the side of my eye, but I've never actually sat and studied and watched it because I want Star Wars to be fresh and new. And I'm
Wow.
sure there's going to be any way to avoid it. It's going to be starting to just saturate everything.
I would
So,
say this trailer really didn't show a whole lot. It was like little glimpses of like a second or two each of scenes. You kind of get the gist, but
mhm.
yeah, it was a good trailer. I look forward to it. The thing about the trailer was the very last moment of the trailer where Skywalker says a line of dialogue that blew everybody up. Basically,
What do you say?
he said it's time for the Jedi to come to an end.
Right.
So now you're saying like, does Jedi
What
mean
does
just
that mean?
him? Does that mean like he's going to the dark side? What does that mean? It's like just what's going on here? There's a lot of theories. I don't know.
Yeah, and and I have read some of the books, but most of the books I have read in the Star Wars universe are all pre episode 4. So I've read the Han Solo trilogy, some of the earlier times of how him and Chewbacca get together. So I haven't read too much past episode 6. So yeah, so a lot of this is going to be new. I don't know what happens with the Jedi as far as, you know, what what causes Kylo Ren to just go off the deep edge. And there's the whole theory that Kylo Ren is actually really good, but he's having to turn bad to destroy the dark side. He's almost like working as a mole within the whole realm of the dark side. There's that theory.
Yeah, and there's a lot of theories that Rey is actually the sister of Kylo Ren, and that is the daughter of Han Solo and Princess Leia.
Then it and they can't tell anybody that because obviously at the end of episode 6 or 7
Force
episode
Awakens.
The Force Awakens, thank you. At the end of Force Awakens, when Carrie Fisher, when Princess Leia hugs um, her,
Right.
there is none of that mother daughter. I haven't seen you in forever, and
So
obviously maybe Rey doesn't recognize her because she was very young.
so the theory is that they sent her away when she was a baby and they thought she died. And so this
And
is
so even Princess Organa doesn't even recognize her as her daughter.
correct.
Wow.
I don't know. There's theories that are going around about that. Who knows? Because that's why she could kind of go along with Kylo Ren, like she's the only one that can stop his force moves
Right.
basically.
Well, obviously she has some force within her. She comes from a lineage that her midi-chlorians are doing their job, if you want to say it. So,
That's what
so
she
obviously
said.
so obviously there's something going on there.
Yeah,
I never really took them to be brother and sister.
it could
Because
be.
and that too then is almost because we've already done that with Han and Leia. I mean, not Han and
Correct.
Leia, but with Luke and Leia. We already
Correct.
went through that whole. I don't want to do that again.
They might do it again.
That's a cop out.
Well, we don't know yet. That's why the Last Jedi is going to show us. I supposedly it's going to be very Luke Skywalker heavy, which is awesome. So,
Yeah,
so we'll
because
see.
he's rocking a gray beard.
He is rocking the gray beard. He is. He's an old man now.
But I got to hand it to him. I think this is rejuvenated Mark Hamill because you see him now on Twitter and on Good Morning America, and he's like almost coming. We haven't heard from this guy or seen him forever. It's almost like he is a Jedi off on Tatooine somewhere. But
Yeah.
Mark Hamill's more. He just seems to have been brought alive, and he's having some fun and enjoying the circus again. So
I'm
I hope
glad.
it's good for him.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad to see it. And I this won't be the only trailer we'll see until December. And then I guess Disney. Last thing about Star Wars, the Disney announced that the final film, Episode 9, is going to not be released in December like the past two, like these other two, but it's gonna be released in the summer. So
So every other summer blockbuster's like, darn.
yeah,
I know we got to go up against Star Wars,
yeah.
which is fine. That's good. I don't. Christmas always seems. I guess it's good and bad. I don't have a problem with it being released at Christmas. It could definitely go up against all of the major blockbusters.
Well, it's weird that they wouldn't do that just because. I mean, Lord of the Rings was released every December. Avatar was released December, and Star Wars has been released every December, and they've made tons of money. So why not just
Right.
keep it up? So who knows?
Yeah, and see they made that mistake with the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe trilogy. I don't know if you remember that or not, but the first two released around Christmas and did amazing because it's such a family spirited film. They're like, this is great. We're a great franchise. So I think it was Prince Caspian. They're like, we're going to release this sucker in May.
Yeah,
Tanked. It got throttled.
yeah.
So
Well,
there's certain movies that are just I think work better around the holidays. But I think Star Wars you could release it. You could release Star Wars in mid-February
yeah.
and it would be huge.
Yeah, it'll be if they did that, if they released it in January or February, it would completely like be number one for weeks and weeks. So that's what I think. So that's the Star Wars. We're excited about Star Wars. We'll fill you in as soon as we get more information and trailers. But let's move on to the big announcement on Twitter made by one of our favorite filmmakers for a while, M. Night Shyamalan. What happened?
Yeah, you know what? He has become one of my favorite filmmakers again due to The Visit and then Split. He's back on my good graces. He's talking about this film called Glass, which I'm kind of torn because it's going to be a sequel, or I guess it's a sequel to Split and Unbreakable. It's
Correct.
like we got a little taste of Unbreakable within Split. So I loved Split and I hated Unbreakable. So what am I supposed to think about Glass?
So how did you hate Unbreakable again? I don't get it.
You're like, oh, God, it's so painful.
Why are we doing this?
Because it didn't make. I didn't like the characters. I didn't like the dialogue. I didn't like the performances. I didn't like the storyline. There was nothing about Unbreakable. It was a boring hodgepodge of just a mopey Bruce Willis moping around because he's got gave me key, blah 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 blah. And then you got Samuel L. Jackson in a wheelchair moping around going, I hate Bruce Willis, blah 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 blah. It was horrible. I hated Unbreakable.
This is you're wrong, sir.
I'll tell you what, won't you digest that a little bit? We're going to take a break, and we come back. We're going to talk more about Glass and why you got to convince me about Unbreakable. So let's take another small break and then come back with more on the entertainment answer.
Fantastic.
I'll bring us back in. So in this one, we'll continue Glass, and then we'll go into How to Be a Latin Lover
Okay.
and Guardians.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Entertainment Answer. Matt Mungle, Bryan Kluger. Brian's still trying to get over the fact that I don't like Unbreakable, even though we've talked about this in the past. I've mentioned this to you, and I think you only brought up the you only brought up Glass and this M Night's announcement that there's going to be another one because you know I can't stand Unbreakable, and I think that's the only reason you brought this up is to get my goat.
No,
So why?
no, I don't
No.
get it. It's a good movie.
All right, maybe should I rewatch it
Yes. When was the last time you watched it?
when it came out?
Oh my gosh, it was like 20 years ago.
So it's going to be better now.
It's awesome.
What did you love about Unbreakable?
Oh man, everything you said you hated about it, I loved about it. The characters, the storytelling, how you really didn't know what was really going on until the end. It's like, oh gosh, it's a comic book movie. It's one of the best comic book movies. It is evil versus good, and those two trying to figure out who they are in life.
But neither one of them were evil or good. They were just two guys that happened to be dealt a different hand in life.
Oh, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. And to have I know M. Night has always wanted to do a trilogy of Unbreakable, and Split was that for that second part, and now it's gonna be Bruce Willis with Mr. Glass, Sam Jackson, and James McAvoy, multiple personality. And I'm very excited.
Are you?
Yeah, and
Because I don't know. Because Split to me was such a good film. And actually, just to mention Split, it just released on Blu-ray, DVD combo pack, and you can actually win a copy at mungleshow.com. That's a plug. If you want to win a copy of Split, I have some to give away at mungleshow.com because it's one of my favorite M. Night movies and one of my favorite movies lately. I don't know why it even has to tie into Unbreakable. It can stand on its own. It doesn't need to be a part of anybody else's film.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. However, that extra push into the Unbreakable realm, because James McAvoy is, kind of like a villain, like a super villain almost in this Unbreakable type of world. And it was just, oh gosh, we're actually going to get this. So I really like
I guess. And I would be really upset that if the only reason M. Night even made Split is so he could go back and revisit Unbreakable.
You never
'Cause
know.
I know. Well, I'm about to ask him. I'm going to ask him about it.
Ask him. Tweet him. He's on Twitter.
I am. I know. I'm gonna tweet him on Twitter.
Good. All right.
So, but there is a lot of people excited about that. I will
Yeah.
say I am probably in the minority when it comes to the Unbreakable story.
All right. Cool. Cool.
I'm willing to admit that. I'm a bigger man.
Okay. Good. I'm glad you're a bigger man than me.
I didn't say you're a bigger man than you. You don't have anything to admit.
That's true.
You like
All
Maybe
right.
you're not willing to admit you don't like it.
All right.
Anyway, enough of that. Enough broken glass.
Enough broken glass. So you saw a movie this week that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, How to Be a Latin Lover. I didn't know what to think about going into this, but it was so funny, had a lot of heart to it, and if you see it, I don't want people to think, oh well, I'm not going to get this movie, or there's something about this I'm not going to get. It stars Eugenio Derbez, who we know is a very funny Latino guy. He was also in Under the Same Moon. He was the doctor in the Jennifer Garner Miracles from Heaven movie. So we've seen him do other things, but he's so funny in this. It's him, Salma Hayek, Rob Lowe, and then Kristen, not who's Dax Shepard's wife? What's her name?
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Well, I know. Yeah. Anyway, y'all know who I'm talking about. They're all in it. So it's an American-made film. Kristen Bell. And so it's an American-made film, but it's got an American director. But it's set about this guy who, when he at a young age, this little Latino guy, he's just living in poverty, and he said he's never going to work again. So he decides to become this Latin lover, and at the age of 20, marries this 60-year-old widow who's got tons of money. So he's lived his entire life, the last 20 years, from the time he's 20 to 40, not having to work. He just lives in this mansion, and he's got everything pampered, and then she kicks him out. She finds another boy toy and kicks him out. So he has to move in with his sister, played by Selma Hayek, and it just becomes so funny. It's just this really funny story. But he also connects with his little nephew, and he just learns what it means to be family, and just becoming fun with yourself. And so it's got a lot of heart, a lot of fun. It's called How to Be a Latin Lover, and it's PG-13, so there's some, not much in it that nobody could see, and it was just really cute. I was really surprised by it, and I did an interview with Eugenio on our website mungleshow.com, and you can go check that out as well. But that's out this week. That's probably one of the only things out this weekend, and definitely one to check out.
Yeah, because there's a bigger movie coming out next week.
A much bigger movie.
Yeah,
Guardians
so
of the Galaxy Volume 2.
yes, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I'm super excited because Guardians of the Galaxy is my favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe movie so far.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Why?
The characters are so quirky. It's fun. It's different than the Avengers and all the other stuff. It's really funny. It doesn't take itself all too seriously. The music's amazing. I really liked it.
All right, I can't disagree with all that. I'm the same way. I thought it was just it kind of did what Deadpool did. It kind of jumped out of the box and brought us these characters and what we weren't expecting and just made a really fun movie. We love Chris Pratt. Everything that he does is just golden. So him back, and then Bradley Cooper's the voice of Rocket, and it's just going to be a lot. I think I agree. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk more about Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Plus, we're going to talk about another trailer that just released and some wrestling news, Blu-rays, and more right here on the Entertainment Answer. That good?
That's good.
All right. You can bring us back in on this one.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
And we're back with the Entertainment Answer. Bryan Kluger and Matt Mungle. I don't know what Matt's doing right now because I can see him and he's just going back and forth and he's checking his hair is well coiffed again. And he looks like he's wearing the same shirt as Alec Baldwin from Beetlejuice, which I like. Looking good.
I've never seen Beetlejuice.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
You're killing me, Smalls. So we were talking about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and that's coming out. We're going to see it. I can't wait. I think it's going to be just as good as the first one. And we've got, Sylvester Stallone and Kurt Russell joining the cast, which is really cool. So I'm real excited.
I am too. I hope it's because I'm not saying critics know everything. Usually they don't know anything. But the early critics are saying that's just okay. It's not as good as the first one. It's just okay. That's all the critic reviews that are out from the premiere that happened.
So that's what I saw too, which is weird because all the test screenings got like that rare 100%.
Yes, it's going to be fun. It's going to be great. Now Chris Pratt did say that it's going to be what fans need. Maybe not what it's going to be what they want. How did he put it? Chris Pratt said something like, it's going to be different than what you expect. It's going to be the film that you need, maybe not the one you expected.
Yeah. Not the one we deserve, but the one we need right now.
Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely going to be good. So I'm excited about it. Guardians of the Galaxy. We see it Monday night, the 1st. So yeah, I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I will be. We will be there, and I can't wait to see if our takes on it are different, like Beauty and the Beast or Ghostbusters.
Yeah, you're probably going to walk out there hating on it, and we're all going to love it. Because you always seem to just, at the last minute, go, ugh, that was horrible. Like all these great movies like Beauty and the Beast and Ghostbusters and all that, you just don't like. I don't know what's wrong.
Because they're terrible, that's why. No! So you said there's another trailer coming out?
Well, it just released, and I don't know if you saw it or not. Cars 3 trailer released.
Cars
Disney
3,
Pixar.
yes, the Disney Pixar.
Yeah, so that is a franchise too that's done really well, and with the characters. And this one just looks cool. Did you watch the trailer? Did you happen to see it?
I did see it.
Yeah, I thought they did I mean, it looks really kind of dark. And,
yeah, it looks different than the other two, and I think they needed to go that way because I think the Cars Pixar realm is probably the least liked or worst of all, the Toy Stories and Incredibles. So I think they needed to do something different here because the first one was basically Owen Wilson as the car racing. The second one kind of was a spy thriller in a way.
Yeah, it was Mater in being a British spy.
Yeah, which was terrible.
Yeah.
And then now the third one, which actually, I mean, the third one looks like it's going to be like the Empire Strikes Back of cars. Like a very dark, good one.
Yeah, because they're bringing in Cruise and Jackson Storm and Lightning McQueen's on his way out, and again it's almost like Rocky. He's got to go back to, you got Jackson Storm with all this technology training, and then it's almost, remember like with Apollo Creed, Rocky had to go back to the barn and start hitting on bales of hay again. So I think Lightning McQueen's going to have to do that. But they needed something like you said. It was Cars 2 is the only Pixar film never to be nominated for an Oscar.
Because it was bad. It was bad.
Just cause it
Yeah,
was bad. What else you need to know?
It was bad. So yeah, it's. I hope it's good, and it's weird that Pixar is going like Cars into Darkness, or Cars the Dark World. So we'll
Now,
see.
do you have a favorite Pixar film?
Yeah, it is Wall-E.
Really?
Wall-E followed by Up.
See, this is why we can do a show together because we don't agree on anything. Up is probably one of my least favorite Pixar films.
What?
Wall-E was okay. Wall-E was a little annoying. Wall-E. So yeah, those aren't in my realm. And The Incredibles, I did not like The
The
Incredibles.
Incredibles probably the third best one, and then maybe A Bug's Life, and you're crazy. I don't know what to do with you.
Yeah, I don't know. But you know me in animation.
Oh yeah, you don't like animation, war, or gangster movies.
Yeah, but yeah, here's the thing about what made Cars so endearing is you got to realize I have a 4-year-old now, and he loves Cars, and so we watched Cars 1 and 2 pretty much every day for 3 years straight. I can pretty much quote Cars 1 and 2 verbatim. So there's a little something about the Cars franchise that will always be a little sentimental to me because watching Milo really grow up with Cars. So
That's good.
yeah, so yes, but Pixar usually does. I mean, I love the Monsters Inc. The first one, not so much the second one. Monsters Inc. is probably one of my favorite Pixar films.
It's okay.
See, I like monsters and funny. You like sappy, sentimental Up.
Oh my gosh, Wall-E and Up. I cried like twice in Wall-E and like 5 times in Up.
Yeah, Up is a tearjerker.
Yes, it is.
So it's my wife's favorite Pixar film.
That's a good one. She has good taste.
Yeah, and then of course, she loves the Toy Story franchise. So, everybody's got their own.
Good. Yeah, I like it. I like it. So we gonna talk about Blu-rays?
Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about Blu-rays in this segment.
All right. So we have to mention one that came out this week, which is a big one. La La Land on 4K and standard Blu-ray came out.
Yeah, and have you watched?
I
Have you
did.
watched them? Okay.
Yep. I reviewed them both. It looks amazing, sounds amazing, and the extras are actually pretty good. It's a lot of kind of behind the scenes. It's nothing that's you're gonna remember forever, but it's just like kind of cool to see how they did it. Like the big highway sequence and some of the locations in Los Angeles and how Ryan Gosling practiced on the piano for months.
Yeah, there's like 3 hours of extra footage, whether it's behind the scenes stuff or and everything is packed in there. That's a lot of extras.
Right. Yes, it is.
And you watched all of them.
I watched all of them. I did a full review of the 4K and the standard Blu-ray.
Nice. Yeah, because I mean, it was one of my favorite films last year. It was my pick for top film, not Moonlight, which don't get me started.
You're still angry.
Yeah. So La La Land was my favorite film. So yeah, it was so exciting to see it come out, and we got our Blu-ray copy. And you're right, it does look and sound fantastic. So
it does. And you know what? I might just have some stuff to give away very, very soon. And I wanna also mention that this week Criterion released The Girl with All the Gifts, which is a pretty cool zombie movie with Glenn Close.
What's the name of it?
The Girl with All the Gifts.
Oh, I haven't heard of that.
So yeah, check that out. Also, Criterion released Tampopo, which is a great film. You're going to want to see that. And that was this week. Those are this week. But let's talk about next week, since this will be airing for the week to come. I guess not. It's a fairly slow week for May 2nd. We have, which I wish the sequel to Austin Powers Goldmember, Gold, with Matthew McConaughey is releasing on Blu-ray.
Yeah, such a bad movie.
You know what? Didn't he do like a Gold movie already? Was it like Fool's Gold or something like that?
Yeah, which was really good. This one was not good.
This is
So, but there are some, yeah. I tell you what, there are a bunch more Blu-rays we want to talk about for next week. So let's take another break. We come back, we're going to hit Blu-rays for next week, plus talk some other stuff right here on the Entertainment Answer.
Fantastic.
All right. So yeah, so let's do more Blu-rays in this segment, and then we can talk some wrestling if you want.
Some wrestling. Oh, we have to promo our.
Yeah, let's promo the show for next week.
Okay.
In fact, let's keep wrestling for the next segment. So in this segment, we'll do the rest of the Blu-rays, and let's talk about the show coming up at the Alamo.
Sounds good.
Sweet. I'll bring us in.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Entertainment Answer. Matt Mungle, Bryan Kluger with you, sort of doing a little. If you're watching the video version of this, we look a little. We talk about M. Night's Split. We seem a little split right
We
now.
are a little split.
Yeah. So, but it's always good to be back and doing a show with Bryan, and we got some really great news coming up in this segment about something cool that we're doing in the Dallas Metroplex regarding this show. So you want to stay tuned in this segment for that. But before that, before the end of the last segment, we were talking about Blu-rays coming out this week, and you mentioned Matthew McConaughey's Gold. Which did you watch it? Did you watch this one?
I haven't watched it yet. I plan on it, but I've heard bad things.
It's just not good. I mean, it's a good story, and Matthew McConaughey always makes himself look horribly old and scraggly, but it just, yeah, I would go back and watch Fool's Gold long before I'd watch this Gold again.
All right. So, in other Blu-ray news for next week,
Right.
We
Just a second.
which is May 2nd, which you can spend. What's good out there? Universal Studios is releasing Brewster's Millions. If you're into some excellent comedy,
Doesn't Rings come out on the 2nd?
Rings does come out. The horror movie that nobody liked. The far off sequel to The Ring.
But I will say this: we have copies of Rings to give away at mungleshow.com. So I went and saw this with my 16-year-old and her friend because they love horror films and I have to drive. So I went, but it wasn't. I think it's going to do better on Blu-ray and the DVD release. So it's releasing that week for the franchise of Ring.
And you know what else?
Some people did or not. So anyway, if you go to mungleshow.com, you can win a chance to win that one and another movie that you still haven't talked about.
Is it The Resurrection of Gavin Stone?
No,
because that's coming out on May 2nd on Blu-ray as well.
I thought that was straight to. I guess it wasn't straight to Blu-ray. I thought it was like straight to DVD when it came out, but it was a theatrical release.
Are you talking
about? Which it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
It was awful. So what am I missing? Am I missing A Dog's Purpose or?
Yes, A Dog's Purpose comes out on Blu-ray DVD from Universal Studios Home Entertainment. We're going to give that one away as well. We have copies of A Dog's Purpose to give away at mungleshow.com. And I know this thing got a lot of flack when it released in theaters because of a clip of, what they were doing with the dog, but it's really a sweet story about, I mean, if you love dogs, which I know you love dogs.
I do.
And it's just the dog's purpose, and Josh Gad is the voice of the dog, and you see him touch all these humans' lives, and it's just a beautiful story. So, it's releasing on Blu-ray, DVD, and digital, and we're going to have a copy of that to give away. So, I'm trying not to. I tear up more at a movie about a dog than I ever would at Up.
Because you're no soul.
Whatever. So yeah. So Rings, and from Lionsgate, I think Rings is coming from Lionsgate, and then Universal Studios Home Entertainment is releasing A Dog's Purpose. Both of those can be won at mungleshow.com. And then other than that, yeah, I don't know what else is coming out. You're Mr. Criterion. What are they releasing? Anything coming out soon?
Criterion for May 2nd. I don't know if they have anything actually releasing on May 2nd. They're saving themselves for the
marriage
mid-May. But if you've never owned a copy of Real Genius, they're re-releasing Real Genius on Blu-ray.
Is that the one with who was in that?
Fat Val Kilmer. Well, not Fat Val Kilmer.
It was skinny
Val Kilmer. And also they're releasing The Red Turtle and I Am Not Your Negro next week. So,
and I'm laughing at the Red Turtle movie because that's the movie that was nominated for an Oscar. It has no dialogue in the whole thing.
Yes.
So yeah, interesting. And then I Am Not Your Negro is an amazing documentary that's coming out.
Correct. So yeah, all of those are coming out on Blu-ray on May 2nd. So save your money if you want to. And then in the future of May 9th, there's even more coming out. So that will be good. It'll be good.
I agree. So let's talk a little bit about now. If you have a history of listening to the Entertainment Answer via radio, then you don't really care where we do the show because you just listen to it, and that's great. We appreciate you listening to us every week as we talk about the entertainment. If you live in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, then you know that we usually do it at a radio studio. We come in and re-record the show. But next week, May 2nd, tell them what we're doing, Bryan.
On May 2nd, we are partnering up with the amazing, the legendary Alamo Draft House in Richardson, off of 75 and Beltline. And we are going to do a live show at the Alamo Draft House. We want you all to come out. give us questions. Maybe you could even get on the show and say hi, give a shout out. But we're going to do a live show from the Alamo Draft House, and it's going to be so amazing. We're going to give away things, right?
Yeah, and I hope it's going to be amazing. We've never done it yet, but in my head, it's going to be fantastic. Because this is how I love to do shows. I love to just have an audience, and it's not a spectator sport. We want everybody involved. So we're going to be, like I said, Brian's going to bring some swag. I'm going to have some giveaways too, and we're just going to give stuff away to whoever comes. We're going to talk about movies, maybe do some trivia, throw out some questions. Obviously, we'll be talking about Guardians of the Galaxy too, because we'll have just seen that, and talk about a lot of stuff. And then we're going to have a very special guest joining us.
I don't know who this special guest is. I've given you some guesses, and you said I was wrong.
Right. Well, I don't know if you know, she's a very well-known local actress. She bounces back between here and LA. She does a lot of indie projects, does some really cool online stuff. Her name is Brandy Price. I don't know if you know Brandy or not.
Brandy Price.
If you don't, you will, because she's going to be joining us. I'm really excited about her being in town. And she said she would love to come and hang out with us at the Alamo and talk about movies and her career and all the stuff that she's got going on. So yeah, she's going to be joining us next week. That's going to be fun.
That's awesome. Do you know what movies or TV shows she's been in?
I'm not going to tell you. You have to find out.
You have to find out. Okay. I would have to look up Brandy Price now.
You need to, yeah, because she's done some and she's been doing these little short films that she's doing on her own that's been touching on some topics that we'll talk about next week. And it's just really cool. I think you're really going to find her to be entertaining and fun. And she fits with us really well. So
well, good.
I'm excited about having Brandy up there with us.
So yeah, we're gonna give all the information out on our Facebook and Twitter and Instagram to join us in the times and the location. Well, you know the location, Alamo Draft House in Richardson.
Yep.
So come prepared, come to drink, come to eat, come to listen and have fun.
Absolutely. So we'll take one more break. When we come back, finally we're gonna talk about some wrestling and some other stuff right here on the Entertainment Answer. Was that funny?
No, that was just good. It was very good, sir.
Luckily, I'm watching the clock.
Good. Hold on a second. Let me get something.
Get another call in?
No, I'm going to check something out real quick.
You'll look up who Brandy Price is?
No. I'm looking up. I just want to make sure a date on something that I'm going to mention. May 13th. Okay. There we go. We're good.
Yep.
All right.
Let's do it like Brutus.
You going to bring us in? You want me to bring us in?
You can do it.
All right.
In 3, 2, 1.
This is the Entertainment Answer, and we're back. We're having fun. We're smiling. We're laughing. And I'm Bryan Kluger, and I'm always with the amazing, the beautiful Matt Mungle. Hello, Clarice. So yeah, we just talked about we're going to do the Alamo Draft House show on May 2nd in Richardson location. Please join us. We'll have all the information soon. But as always, our last segment, we're in the entertainment business, and we don't like to limit ourselves to just television and film. What kind of other entertainment do we like?
Wrestling.
Gonna be a little wrestling news right here. So
it's in his contract. That's the only reason we let him do it. It's his contract.
But you know what? It's a part of it. It's like watching a live Broadway play or your favorite TV show. It's scripted. It's fun. It's choreographed. There's dialogue written. It's a lot of fun. So. In the wrestling world, there was a huge shakeup in WWE, if that's what we're talking about right now. Certain superstars from Raw went to SmackDown. Certain SmackDown superstars went to Raw. It was crazy. What's going on here?
Go ahead.
So, the Universal Champion who lost at WrestleMania, Kevin Owens, is now on SmackDown, as well as Sami Zayn. And who went to Raw? Dean Ambrose and Mike The Miz, who just had a Blu-ray come out by the name of The Marine 5 Battleground. So there's a huge shakeup. People are going to different shows now, and it's creating a new energy in life. So there's a new pay-per-view coming on this Sunday called Payback. I don't know. What did you just say? I'm going all over the place. I'm too excited. What did you say?
Nothing. Just listen.
If you can't see this, it's really funny to watch Matt watch me talk about wrestling.
Fun. It's
it
entertaining.
So there's a crazy match there. One of the biggest guys in wrestling right now is Braun Strowman. And when I mean biggest guys, he is literally physically that big. He's a gigantic dude who is just killing people. He put somebody in a dumpster and threw it off a stage. He put Roman Reigns in an ambulance and then tipped the ambulance over by himself. Just crazy. So there is going to be a match with Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns at Payback on Sunday. It's going to be crazy. Also, Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt's like the scary guy. They're going to have a House of Horrors match, which I don't know what to think of yet. So we'll see what's going on there. But wrestling's a lot of fun. Shinsuke Nakamura, which is my favorite wrestler that ever lived. He is on SmackDown. He made his big debut, and it's so much fun to watch because he's like Michael Jackson. He's like the Michael Jackson of WWE. He is so much fun to watch. He's the king of strong style. So amazing. And I have to mention, as we're going to move on from WWE, I have to mention the Dallas local scene. There is SOAR Championship Wrestling at the Elks Lodge off of Northwest Highway. That is happening May 13th. They're going to have superstar Kevin Nash there to be signing autographs and probably doing a little managerial work there as well. It's going to be awesome. And also, this weekend in South Arlington at the gym, VIP Wrestling Show. Oh my goodness. It's going to be crazy. You've got Sammy Guevara. You've got Keith Lee. Oh my goodness, it's going to be so crazy. There's just a lot of wrestling going on. Matt, I've been talking for a while now. Do you like wrestling?
I like you liking wrestling. No, you know me, I grew up with wrestling and I got out of it. And it's just fun to hear you talk about it. It is very entertaining. I will say that. You can't deny the fact of how entertaining it is. But then, when you're talking about people bringing dumpsters onto the ring and then dumping people, I don't know how the dumpster got there to begin with.
Well, so it was a gimmick match.
I don't need to know. I was just saying.
You do need to know. It's a gimmick match. It was called a dumpster match. So there was the goal was that how you win the match is
dumpster.
Yeah, the how you win the match was to throw your opponent in the dumpster. So that was between Braun Strowman and a very small 95-pound luchador. So the luchador actually beat the big bad Braun Strowman by a fluke. But then Braun Strowman literally locked him into the dumpster and threw him off the stage. It was crazy.
All right. Now it makes perfect sense.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Well, that's this week's entertainment answer. Again, if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, make sure you come out to the Alamo Draft House on May 2nd. If you follow either one of us, Brian or I, on Facebook, we're going to have all the information there about when and where and how and what you can do. So again, Tuesday evening, May the 2nd, Alamo Draft House in Richardson. It is right off of 75 and Beltline, right there by the Half Price Books and McDonald's. So you can't miss it. And it's my go-to theater. I love that place. So it's going to be good to have everybody out. And more information you can find on that. And other than that, dude, always fun. Good to see you.
Yeah, and, we'll see each other very soon. And I look forward to discussing everything at the Alamo Draft House with you.
Yeah, and I'll see you Monday night at Guardians.
Oh, it's going to be quite the classic fun.
It will. All right. Well, we'll see all you next week on the Entertainment Answer.